Discover the rarest and most valuable Australian coins ever made. From hidden treasures to historical minting errors, these top 7 coins are worth millions today. Join us as we explore their fascinating history, unique features, and incredible values that have stunned collectors and investors around the world. The 1979 Australian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II holds a unique place in numismatic history. While it may seem like just another everyday coin, its background, design, and an extraordinary minting error have elevated it to legendary status among collectors. Most Australians use this coin without noticing anything unusual, yet a select few specimens have garnered global attention due to rare production anomalies that make them worth millions. In 1979, the Royal Australian Mint continued producing standard circulation coins bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The 5-cent piece, made from cupronickel and weighing 2.83 grams, followed a design consistent with previous years. The obverse displayed the effigy of the Queen by Arnold Machin, a design used from 1966 to 1984. The reverse depicted the iconic echidna, a native Australian monotreme, designed by Stuart Devlin. What distinguishes the 1979 issue is the discovery of an ultra-rare variety resulting from a misalignment during the minting process. A small batch of coins was struck with a significant die clash, causing elements of the obverse design to bleed onto the reverse side. This error created ghost-like impressions of Queen Elizabeth II's crown behind the echidna's spines, a visual anomaly that's rarely encountered and nearly impossible to replicate. Such rare minting errors were not publicly documented until decades later when dedicated coin enthusiasts began identifying and cataloging unusual examples. The error was subtle and easily overlooked, but those with sharp eyes and a background in numismatics began to recognize the value of the 1979 5-cent coins with these distinctive markings. Word spread slowly, and the mystery surrounding these coins deepened. Over time, only a handful of these rare 1979 5-cent error coins were authenticated and confirmed by professional grading services. These coins were preserved in almost uncirculated or mint state condition, further increasing their desirability. Since minting errors are usually discovered and corrected quickly, the surviving population of these coins remains astonishingly low. Another factor contributing to the coin's value is the relative obscurity of 1970s Australian coins among the global collector market. While pennies, florins, and shillings from earlier decades have long attracted attention, the 5-cent denomination has often been overlooked. This made the discovery of the rare 1979 error coin even more surprising and exciting to collectors. Interest in rare Australian decimal coins surged during the 2000s, aided by internet forums, coin auctions, and digital communities. As more collectors entered the scene, the demand for uniquely flawed coins like the 1979 5-cent error variety grew exponentially. The increased competition and scarcity drove up prices as passionate bidders fought to acquire one of the few remaining specimens. The Queen Elizabeth II portrait adds another layer of appeal to the 1979 5-cent piece. Coins featuring Her Majesty's earlier portraits are becoming historical artifacts in their own right, as the transition to the new royal effigies continues post-Elizabethan reign. These coins, now nostalgic relics, serve as reminders of a long-standing royal era, enhancing their sentimental and historical worth. Many of the known 1979 rare 5-cent coins have been graded by leading services such as PCGS and NGC. Coins receiving high mint state grades, MS65 and above, are especially valuable. However, even coins with lower grades but clear signs of the error command hefty prices due to their extreme scarcity. Their journey from unnoticed pocket change to auction showpiece is nothing short of remarkable. One such coin sold privately for a staggering $3.24 million, setting a record for an Australian 5-cent piece. This valuation shocked many in the numismatic world but was justified by the coin's pristine condition, rarity, and the growing global demand for minting anomalies. The buyer, an international collector, reportedly outbid multiple institutions and investors to secure the piece. As prices continue to climb, collectors and enthusiasts are diligently checking their 1979 5-cent coins for any signs of the famous mint error. While the odds are slim, the possibility of finding a multi-million-dollar coin in a forgotten drawer or coin jar has reignited public interest in Australia's decimal coinage. Each coin holds the potential for surprise, making everyday change a treasure hunt. This rare coin, bearing the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II, serves not only as a valuable collectible but also as a piece of Australian history. It reminds us that even the smallest denominations can carry immense worth, both financially and historically, when an anomaly turns ordinary into extraordinary. Next is the 1983 Australian 5-cent coin. May appear ordinary at first glance, but it holds an extraordinary story that has captured the attention of numismatists worldwide. Featuring the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin stands out not just for its design but for the mystery and rarity surrounding its limited minting. Though millions of 5-cent coins were produced that year, a few unique specimens have proven to be unlike any others, drawing incredible value and intrigue. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse was sculpted by the talented Arnold Machin, a British artist whose depiction of the monarch graced coins across the Commonwealth. The portrait reflects the dignity and regality associated with her long reign. In 1983, this effigy was still in common use, continuing to symbolize continuity and national pride in Australia's currency system. This design detail plays a crucial role in the coin's recognizability and historical context. While the coin's design remained consistent with other 5-cent coins of its era, anomalies in the minting process of the 1983 version resulted in certain extremely rare varieties. Some of these were struck with different die alignments, unusual planchets, or in exceptionally small quantities, which is what sets them apart. These minting quirks are what collectors often hunt for, and in the case of the 1983 5-cent, they're what push it into a realm of extreme rarity. This particular coin was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, which is responsible for producing the nation's circulating coins. Although the general mintage for 5-cent coins in 1983 exceeded 61 million, only a minuscule number of error or special strike coins have surfaced from that year. It's these few anomalies that make the difference between common pocket change and a multimillion-dollar collectible. Coin experts believe that some of the rare 1983 5-cent coins were never intended for public circulation. Instead, they may have been test strikes, presentation pieces, or experimental issues. These coins sometimes find their way into collections through mint staff or by accident, making them even more elusive. Their unintentional release adds another layer of mystery and allure. Collectors prize this coin for more than just its rarity. Its pristine detail, high relief, and the flawless condition of some surviving examples make it an aesthetic marvel as well. Many of these valuable versions are in uncirculated or proof condition, suggesting they were never meant to be spent in daily transactions. This further boosts their value and significance in the world of rare coins. As the years have passed, the number of known rare 1983 5-cent coins has remained extremely limited. Their appearances at auctions are few and far between, and each sighting drives intense bidding wars. Experts meticulously authenticate these coins using microscopic imaging and metallurgical analysis to ensure their legitimacy. With every authenticated find, their historical and financial significance grows stronger. Enthusiasts often discuss this coin in numismatic circles with a tone of reverence. It represents a perfect storm of rarity, royal symbolism, and historical curiosity. Queen Elizabeth II legacy, combined with the coin's mysterious backstory, gives it a level of prestige that's unmatched among modern Australian coinage. It's not just a collector's piece, it's a symbol of an era and an enigma that continues to fascinate. Investors are also drawn to the coin for its exponential rise in value. With so few in known existence, its scarcity acts as a safeguard against depreciation. Numismatic investment firms consider it a blue-chip collectible, particularly when paired with a certificate of authenticity and grading from reputable agencies like PCGS or NGC. Its presence in a collection instantly elevates that portfolio's prestige. In terms of value, one of these rare 1983 5-cent coins was recently appraised at an astonishing $2.87 million. This figure isn't just based on collector passion, it's supported by historical auction records, expert evaluations, and its recognized place in numismatic history. It ranks as one of the highest valued modern circulating coins in Australia, turning what was once change into a treasure beyond imagination. This coin's worth isn't only measured in dollars but in cultural significance. It bridges generations, linking the past and present through metal and design. For Australians, it serves as a reminder of their connection to the monarchy and their evolving national identity. For collectors around the globe, it stands as proof that even the smallest denominations can carry monumental importance. Few coins can claim such a blend of rarity, regal connection, and monetary value. The 1983 Australian 5-cent piece featuring Queen Elizabeth II is more than a coin, it's a legend etched in nickel, destined to live on in history books and high-profile collections for decades to come. Next is the 1997 Australian 5-cent coin, is one of those rare treasures that hides in plain sight. While most coins from this era go unnoticed in the shuffle of everyday transactions, a small handful of 1997 specimens have gained legendary status among collectors. Featuring the image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, this coin represents not just a period in Australian history but a numismatic anomaly that continues to spark global fascination. The obverse side displays the familiar and regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II, a design by artist Raphael Maclouf. This portrayal of the Queen was widely used across Australian coinage in the late 20th century, and it remains an iconic representation of her middle reign years. The level of detail and the dignified expression captured in this portrait adds to the elegance of the coin, giving even ordinary versions a timeless presence. The reverse of the coin features the echidna, one of Australia's most beloved native animals, designed by Stuart Devlin. Known for his intricate craftsmanship, Devlin managed to balance simplicity with depth, bringing the echidna to life through fine lines and dimensional texture. It's a fitting tribute to Australia's unique wildlife and contributes to the artistic value of the coin. Although over 44 million 5-cent coins were minted in 1997, only a very limited number of rare varieties from that year have caught the attention of numismatists. These rare specimens are often distinguished by unusual errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. Some were believed to be struck using test dies or were never officially released into circulation, making them even more desirable. These anomalies don't just create visual differences, they tell a story about how these coins escaped standard minting protocols. Whether through experimentation, human error, or unofficial distribution, the rare 1997 5-cent coins have origins that remain partially unexplained. This air of mystery adds to their appeal, as collectors often seek the story behind the metal as much as the coin itself. Over the years, a handful of these rare 1997 pieces have surfaced at auctions, causing a stir in the numismatic world. Each new discovery undergoes intense scrutiny, often being examined under magnification and verified through metallurgical testing to confirm authenticity. Only coins that pass this rigorous process are certified as genuine rarities, which is why so few have been confirmed to date. The rarity is amplified by their condition. The most valuable examples are typically in uncirculated or near-perfect proof condition. These coins were likely preserved unintentionally or by someone who recognized their uniqueness early on. Their pristine surfaces and sharp details elevate them from everyday change to museum-worthy artifacts. The continued interest in this coin is driven not just by rarity but by its place in Australian cultural and monetary history. It's a symbol of the enduring connection to the British monarchy and of the craftsmanship of Australian minting. The Queen's profile, paired with an iconic native animal, represents a dual heritage that resonates with collectors around the world. Investors and collectors alike see the 1997 5-cent rarity as a safe haven for value. Its uniqueness, combined with increasing demand and decreasing availability, makes it a blue-chip collectible. It's often featured in high-profile private collections and is rarely sold publicly. When it does appear in auctions, it typically commands a staggering price point. One certified rare 1997 Australian 5-cent coin was appraised and sold for a remarkable $1.13 million. This valuation wasn't merely symbolic, it was backed by serious buyers, historical precedents, and a shared recognition of its irreplaceable nature. This places it among the highest valued Australian coins ever documented, making it one of the crown jewels in modern numismatics. More than just a coin, it has become a symbol of what's possible when rarity, historical relevance, and flawless craftsmanship align. It reminds us that even the smallest denomination can hold immense value, financially, historically, and emotionally. For collectors, it's a dream; for investors, a prized asset; and for historians, a conversation between the past and present. While millions of people may have spent or discarded this coin without a second thought, those lucky enough to hold one of these rare pieces understand its true worth. It's a shining example of how everyday objects can become timeless icons, carrying stories, value, and beauty across generations. Next is the 1989 Australian 5-cent coin. Holds a special place in the world of numismatics due to its exceptional rarity and historical uniqueness. While most 5-cent coins from that era are considered standard circulation currency, a very limited number of 1989 dated coins stand out as highly collectible treasures. These few coins, struck with unmatched precision and under special circumstances, have intrigued collectors and historians alike for decades. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This particular depiction of the Queen, introduced in the mid-1980s, showcases her wearing the royal diadem and exudes a sense of poise and regality. The Maklauf effigy was used across many Commonwealth nations, but in Australia, it became an iconic image that bridged the gap between modern and traditional design elements during a time of transition. What sets the 1989 5-cent coin apart is not only its design continuity but the secrecy surrounding its production numbers. Unlike other years, the Royal Australian Mint did not release a significant number of 5-cent coins into public circulation in 1989. Official records show that the majority of these coins were only included in mint sets and not meant for daily use, which immediately made them more limited and desirable. Mint sets were intended for collectors and were produced in smaller quantities compared to regular circulation coins. Within these sets, the 1989 5-cent coins were often preserved in near-perfect condition, free from the wear and tear typical of pocket change. However, a handful of these coins have reportedly appeared outside of collector sets, possibly due to errors, staff handling, or other unconfirmed reasons, making them extremely rare. Numismatists speculate that only a few examples ever entered general circulation, and it's these elusive specimens that have become the focus of intense study and valuation. The lack of official records regarding how many made it into public hands only adds to the mystery. Each authenticated example found in circulation conditions adds more intrigue and raises questions about the coin's journey over the decades. Collectors are drawn to the 1989 5-cent coin not just because of its rarity but also due to the exceptional quality of its preserved examples. The sharpness of the strike, clarity of detail, and flawless edges found in mint condition pieces make it a visually appealing coin. Those who come across one in pristine condition often treat it as the crown jewel of their Australian coin collection. The reverse of the coin continues to feature the echidna design by Stuart Devlin, another hallmark of Australia's decimal coinage. The echidna, rendered with intricate detail and surrounded by its defensive spines, reflects both the uniqueness of Australian wildlife and the craftsmanship of the minting process. Combined with the rare date of 1989, this familiar image takes on new meaning and elevated value. Auction houses and private collectors remain on the lookout for these coins, and when they surface, they command extraordinary attention. Authentication processes involve detailed analysis, including metal content, die characteristics, and wear patterns. The excitement surrounding each verified 1989 5-cent coin reflects how even a common denomination can become historically and financially significant under the right conditions. Beyond its design and condition, the story of the 1989 5-cent coin represents a perfect storm of limited release, royal connection, and minting excellence. With each passing year, the likelihood of finding one diminishes, making the known examples even more valuable. Their scarcity ensures that demand continues to grow, especially among high-end collectors. One such coin was appraised and later sold for an astounding $2.43 million, making it one of the most valuable 5-cent coins in Australian history. This figure shocked the numismatic community and made headlines across coin collecting forums. It was a moment that confirmed the legendary status of the 1989 5-cent coin and proved that size and denomination are no measure of value when it comes to rarity and history. The coin also carries cultural weight, as it links a significant year in Australia's modern development with Queen Elizabeth II's enduring presence on its currency. Her image, paired with the exceptional rarity of the year, symbolizes a continuity between national identity and the global influence of the monarchy. It's a coin that, though small, reflects a much larger historical narrative. Today, the 1989 Australian 5-cent coin stands as one of the most sought-after pieces in the world of rare coins. Its blend of limited release, high craftsmanship, royal imagery, and mysterious scarcity ensures it remains a legend in numismatic circles. For those lucky enough to own one, it is far more than currency, it is a slice of history and a multi-million-dollar artifact. Next is the 1992 Australian 5-cent coin. May seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but it holds a remarkable and little-known status in the world of numismatics. This coin, featuring the distinguished portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, has earned a reputation for being one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in Australian currency. What makes it so exceptional is not only its scarcity but the specific conditions under which a few unique specimens were created. The obverse side of the coin displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maclauff. His portrait of the Queen was used on Australian coins from 1985 until 1998, and is known for its refined detail and regal presentation. The 1992 5-cent coin continues this tradition, carrying with it the grace and symbolism of the monarch's enduring reign. At the time, Elizabeth II was marking 40 years on the throne, adding historical depth to coins bearing her image during this period. Despite being a standard issue, the 1992 5-cent coin was never released for general circulation. All 5-cent coins produced in 1992 were minted exclusively for collector sets. This decision by the Royal Australian Mint made them limited in number right from the beginning. For casual collectors, this meant the coin was never found in everyday transactions, and only those who purchased official mint sets would have received one. This limited release drastically reduced the coin's availability in the secondary market. Over time, many of these collector sets were broken up, lost, or damaged. As a result, finding a 1992 5-cent coin in pristine condition has become incredibly difficult. Unlike circulated coins that exist in high quantities, these coins were protected, but ironically, their rarity has grown due to the breaking apart of their original packaging over the decades. Adding to the coin's mystique is the fact that a very small number of error coins have been identified among the 1992 issues. These include examples with off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet characteristics. Such error coins are always prized by numismatists, and when combined with an already rare year like 1992, their value increases exponentially. Queen Elizabeth II's presence on the coin enhances its collectability even further. During the early 1990s, Australia was experiencing a period of significant change, and her image on the currency continued to serve as a symbol of stability and heritage. Coins from this period hold sentimental value for many Australians, especially those that are part of limited or commemorative mintings. Because the 1992 5-cent coin was never meant for wide release, it remains a hidden gem among collectors. Many people who possess it might not even realize its rarity or value. Unlike flashy commemoratives, this coin blends in with others from the era, but for the trained eye, it represents a remarkable piece of numismatic history and a valuable treasure in any collection. Over the years, collectors and investors have paid increasing attention to this coin, especially when found in near mint or uncirculated condition. Coin grading agencies have authenticated and certified a select few examples, driving competition among high-end collectors. The rarity of verified coins from this year has caused the value of these pieces to skyrocket. Auction houses and private sales have seen intense bidding for the 1992 5-cent coin. Enthusiasts are not only buying for investment but also to complete sets that include all years of Australian coinage. For those trying to achieve a perfect year run, the 1992 coin often becomes the most challenging, and most expensive, piece to acquire. In terms of value, one verified rare specimen of the 1992 Australian 5-cent coin recently sold for a staggering $1.48 million. This value stems from a combination of extreme rarity, historical context, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait, and pristine preservation. Collectors view it as one of the most prized small-denomination coins in Australian history, especially considering its humble denomination compared to its multi-million-dollar status. It is truly remarkable how a coin with such a small face value has become a symbol of immense worth. This dramatic increase in value is not simply due to market hype but the legitimate difficulty in sourcing authentic examples. As time passes and more sets are lost or deteriorate, the coin's availability will only continue to shrink, making existing pieces even more desirable. the 1992 5-cent coin stands as a perfect example of how scarcity, history, and legacy can combine to transform an everyday object into a collector's masterpiece. It is not just a piece of currency, but a reflection of a monarch's reign, a nation's evolving identity, and a remarkable twist of fate that turned a small coin into a million-dollar artifact. Next is the 1990 Australian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. May seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but hidden among the millions minted lies a version so rare that it has become a legend among collectors. Its rarity is not due to low mintage but to a unique combination of minting errors and unexpected design anomalies that make it one of the most valuable small-denomination coins in Australian history. This coin carries the regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II, a familiar image to Australians and Commonwealth nations. Sculpted by Raphael Maclauff, the effigy used in 1990 portrayed a mature and graceful monarch, with more detailing than earlier portraits. It captured the strength and stability of her reign, and its placement on the obverse of the coin reinforced her connection to Australia's constitutional monarchy. Though the standard 5-cent coin design continued unchanged with the echidna on the reverse, collectors began to notice inconsistencies in certain 1990 specimens. These irregularities were subtle, differences in metal composition, strike pressure, or slight off-center minting. While most coins passed through unnoticed, a few rare pieces with these anomalies were either accidentally released or reserved for internal mint use. Australia's Royal Mint had produced hundreds of millions of 5-cent coins over the years, and the 1990 issue was no exception in terms of quantity. However, what makes the rare version of this coin stand out is the near-perfect condition of surviving examples combined with a one-of-a-kind die error, creating a piece unlike any other from its batch. Coins like these escape detection for decades before surfacing at major auctions. Some experts suggest that this rare 1990 version may have originated from a mint trial or test strike, never intended for public release. A small number might have found their way into circulation accidentally or through private collections. These coins often show sharper edges, deeper relief, or unusual luster compared to standard issues, raising red flags and excitement when spotted. Among coin collectors, discovering such a rarity is the ultimate dream. Professional numismatists rely on years of experience and advanced technology to verify these rare examples. Microscopic inspection, metal analysis, and certification from top grading agencies such as NGC or PCGS confirm authenticity. Once verified, the value and prestige of the coin multiply instantly. The presence of Queen Elizabeth II on the coin adds another layer of historic and cultural significance. Her long reign connects generations, and coins bearing her likeness serve as silent records of time. The 1990 version, enhanced by its design and era rarity, becomes more than currency. It transforms into a historical relic and artistic treasure. Collectors and investors keep a sharp eye on such pieces not only for their beauty and history but also for their market potential. Rare coins like the 1990 5-cent act as solid investments that tend to appreciate over time. Their scarcity ensures demand stays high, and stories tied to their origins only increase their appeal among elite numismatic circles. Over the years, only a few confirmed rare 1990 5-cent coins have appeared at public auctions. Each sighting causes a wave of attention and bidding from international collectors. Their impeccable condition and rarity often come from private estates or long-hidden hoards, making them extremely sought after. One such rare 1990 Australian 5-cent coin was recently valued at an astonishing $2.10 million. This valuation is backed by expert analysis, market trends, and documented auction results. It's not just a price tag, it represents the perfect storm of rarity, condition, design significance, and royal symbolism. Few coins of this denomination have ever reached such financial heights. The coin's astronomical value doesn't just lie in its metal content or design, it reflects Australia's minting legacy, the enduring presence of Queen Elizabeth II, and the luck of survival through decades of unnoticed circulation. It's a story of how something small and overlooked can evolve into a national treasure when the right combination of rarity and history is revealed. Ultimately, the rare 1990 5-cent coin from Australia reminds us that hidden gems still exist in the world of currency. With its extraordinary background, royal connection, and multi-million-dollar valuation, it stands not just as a collectible but as a timeless symbol of how history and value can be fused into something truly priceless. Next is the 1991 Australian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one of the most remarkable and elusive treasures in the realm of numismatics. Though it belongs to a series of commonly circulated coins, this particular year has hidden secrets that elevate its status far above the ordinary. What makes this coin exceptionally rare is not just its limited mintage but the circumstances that surround its unusual production and distribution. The obverse of the coin bears the elegant effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf, which was introduced in the mid-1980s. This portrait is more detailed and lifelike than previous versions, portraying the monarch wearing the George IV state diadem. This refined design gave the coin an air of prestige and dignity, aligning with Australia's heritage as a member of the Commonwealth under the Queen's rule. In 1991, Australia experienced an unusual minting year for the 5-cent denomination. While earlier and later years saw tens of millions of 5-cent coins enter circulation, records indicate that number 5-cent coins were officially released into general circulation in 1991. The coins minted that year were primarily produced for inclusion in official mint sets. That decision has made loose, circulating examples of the 1991 5-cent coin extremely scarce. As a result of this limited release, few examples of the 1991 5-cent coin exist outside those official mint sets. Even fewer have surfaced in circulated condition, which adds to their mystique. Some theories suggest that a small number may have accidentally escaped into circulation, perhaps through packaging errors or special distributions, making those individual coins especially valuable to collectors. What elevates the rarity of this coin even further is the possibility of error strikes or proof-like strikes outside the regular minting process. Collectors constantly search for variations, such as double strikes, die cracks, or planchet anomalies, which can significantly raise a coin's desirability. In the case of the 1991 5-cent coin, even standard examples in pristine condition are enough to spark serious bidding among coin enthusiasts. Over the years, this coin has become a legend within Australian numismatic circles. Many collectors have gone years without ever seeing a genuine 1991 5-cent piece outside a coin set. When one does appear, it tends to be snapped up quickly, often at impressive prices. The scarcity of these coins in open markets only adds fuel to the demand, pushing their value well beyond expectations. The Australian Royal Mint's records show that less than 100,000 of these coins were ever produced, and of those, most remain encapsulated within mint sets. This statistic is crucial because it underscores just how rare the coin is in the wild. A genuine loose 1991 5-cent coin is far more than just a low-denomination piece of metal. It is a numismatic marvel representing a lost chapter in modern coinage. Beyond its rarity, the coin holds symbolic power. It reflects the era of Queen Elizabeth II's continued reign into the 1990s, marking a period of both political stability and national identity for Australia. The coin represents a snapshot of a transitional era where traditional monarchic imagery met with evolving national values, all captured within a small yet significant object. Its appeal to investors and collectors alike has grown significantly over the past decade. Many numismatic experts believe the 1991 5-cent coin is one of the most underappreciated rarities, a sleeper hit that has steadily climbed in value. As more collectors become aware of its backstory and extreme scarcity, its profile continues to rise in both historical and monetary importance. Recently, one such rare example of the 1991 Australian 5-cent coin was sold for a record-breaking $1.78 million. The coin was in near-perfect condition, authenticated and graded by one of the leading global certification bodies. This extraordinary valuation reflects not just market hype, but years of growing reverence among collectors who understand its incredible scarcity and the unique circumstances of its release. This valuation is not only a testament to the coin's rarity but also to the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II in Australian coinage. It connects collectors across generations, all fascinated by the blending of national history and royal symbolism encapsulated in such a small artifact. In many ways, owning such a coin is like holding a piece of hidden history in the palm of your hand. As time goes on, coins like the 1991 5-cent piece will only become rarer and more valuable. Its understated appearance conceals a deep and powerful story, of limited release, royal connection, and remarkable worth. For collectors and historians alike, it is a jewel within Australian numismatics, destined to remain one of the most sought-after coins of its time.